Here we go. The appliance of science, eh? I can't believe that this software's free. It's so good. So good. If only I could learn how to use it correctly. Ah, this is interesting. So let's see if this works today. It does. Ooh. Hey Sean. We could use this for lots of things. Hi Neil. I can show you one of the concerning things about this evening. Hang on. Where is it? Where's my thingy? So I know you all remember my amazing... Oh, here we go. Hi Tony, hi Sean, hi Neil. I know we all remember my amazing Primark learning sheet. I've lost my Imperial Fist magnet. So I still know that the Imperial Fist Primark is Rogal Dawn. But what are they known for? I do not know. So I don't know where Historicus Jim got his thingy from, but I have to look it up. Look at these clues from our famous box adventure. That's so good. Okay, so that works, which is nice. Fortresses. Well, I've got are you sure? Because I've got Night Lords. I don't know. I don't know. Night Lords are like the fortifiers, aren't they? Anyway, I suppose they can all be more than one thing. It's all good. I thought Night Lords were terror troops. Oh no! Has someone been messing with my... So what's Iron Hands then? Fortification should be on the... Oh no. Let's hope Jim's not on here yet. The Night Lords are terror tactics. Oh no! Look, I've lost my Sanguinius. The fortress has fallen. I've lost my Sanguinius name sticker. IH is Bionics. We don't have that option. We've got Alpha Legion Espionage, Raven Guard Stealth, Salamanders Blacksmiths, Wordbearers Religious, Sons of Horus Spear Tip Strikes, Space Wizards for Thousand Suns, Implacable Tough for Death Guard, By the Book Marines, Berserkers for World Eaters, Dark Angels, Secrecy and Nightly, Perfectionism for Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors, I've got Siege Breakers. Hi Ben! Hello, go Grend yourself. I hope Grend is not a rude thing. Hello, the Turing Protocol. Hello, Caprice. Hey, David Wolfton. Hello, Dom Elfkicker and Philip Collins. Luckily, no Jamaldus yet. White Scars are speedy. Space Wolves are Norsey. Imperial Fist Fortifiers, Night Lords Terror Tactics, Blood Angels Vampirism, Iron Hands, don't know. Just call me Grend. I will do. I will do. So how is everybody this evening? It is it's so intensely hot in my flat. I cannot tell you, like, I was crying earlier, like, I can't handle this heat. Yet it can't be that bad because I still do have a cup of tea. So it can't be that crazy hot. If I use my phone to look at my... If I look at my phone to... Oh! Thank you so much, Neil, for gifting 5 Mirror Manga memberships. Welcome, Aslan's Beard, The Plebiscide, Change, Zakiz, Jesse Hurd, and... Wow! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, welcome new Space Marine memberships. Welcome to the Mirror Manga channel. Thank you so much, Neil. That's incredibly lovely of you. Space Wolves aren't the Messiah. They're just very naughty boys. Very good, Sean. Stuart says, Iron Hands is a third recommendation, but definitely White Scars or Raven Guard. They are definitely 3 underrated. Iron Hands are headless. Aww. Hi, Heartless. Dom, Iron Hands are weak space whiners about how flesh is weak. Shots fired. Yeah, because I'm just thinking, how will I keep a track of the chat if I keep this camera in play now that we finally have the little roving camera? Do I have another thing I could look at? No, we'll figure this out. Have I got... Bear with me, I'm going to find a device. Okay, I've got another device, but it needs a charge. Isn't always the way. How is everyone doing? Yes, that's a good question. How many of you are melting in this heat? It's so hot. It's incredibly hot. Oh, I can show you a purchase I made. So I went and got some more of these guys. It was my friend's birthday and her favourite colour's blue, so that was lovely. But I get these from the £1 shop and I just think they're so cool, and I can't believe they're, you know, so I just keep buying them, but I probably should stop because it's a bit hoarding, isn't it? Heartless, hello Robbie! Hiya, Tony, talk amongst ourselves. Very good, thanks. Heartless has got an air-conditioned home. Okay, next stream we're coming to your house, Heartless. Ben says, do you have a column in the new Weird Science? I'm thinking of getting it. I do! And I'm just going to screen capture this for my editor. Amazing. I'm worried Mira is liking the flame too much. Will, only 35 Celsius where you are. Flippin' heck, where are you, Death Valley? Oh my gosh. Well, we've got our... It would have been my nan's birthday today. Oh, 98, gone but not forgotten. Oh, Robbie. Well, she's very lucky to have such a loving grandson. So lots of love. Lots of love to you, Robbie, and your grandma. 98 is a good age, isn't it? Mira is a wholesome person in 40k. She must be defended at all costs. I like to think I'm wholesome. I just, you know, I've been very depressed this weekend because of the rioting, and it's just really shit. And it just reminds me of growing up in Reading and seeing NF graffiti and, you know, P word out, and I'd hold my mum's hand extra tight, like, is anyone gonna shout at us or attack us? It just really sucks. Yeah, some of my colleagues were affected in the riots in Hull, which has been really scary, and I'm just like, is this the UK now? Are we just this racist, violent, end of days island? So I have been a bit depressed, but you know, where there's light, there's hope. So let's bring some light to this land. And yeah, it's just rotten. It's just rotten, isn't it? Anyway, I hope that the weather breaks here and it rains, because I think in this hot weather you get more aggression as well. People are out drinking. It's not an excuse and it's shit, but yeah. Oh, 10 months a member, Robbie. Yay. Thank you so much, Robbie, for renewing your Dreadnought level membership. So let's light a candle. A candle for hope, I think we should light. So these are the colour choices. Robbie, did your grandmother have a favourite colour? Robbie, you can pick today. Stuart is depressed and upset too. Yes, it's very tiring. Maybe Mira is a secret salamanders. I don't think I'd mind being salamanders, apart from, didn't we all die? Don't we all die in book 3 of the heresy? C4 here, the cat wants cuddles. 4C here. Aww. 4? Congratulations, Neil. Oh, no, not Neil. My mistake. Who have been gifted? Justin Roberts, Hugh Cromwell, NB, and Brian Davis and Tez George. Congratulations. Welcome to Miramanga Space Marine membership level. How lovely. So, hard not to feel bummed out about it. Yes. Red was her favourite colour. So let's do red for Robbie's grandma. So... okay, you can have the weather to a work picnic, but I would love some rain. So we've got Pew here, Mr. Pew, to keep us safe. I just have to pull, hopefully we won't set anything on fire. We've got the ridiculously long matches. No cupcake. Whoever keeps saying, where's your cupcake? Oh, sugar, I broke it. That's okay. Ooh, mamma mia. One day this is going to go horribly wrong. Hi Alex, welcome to the chat. Look at that, isn't that gorgy? Solid red flame. So nice. Gorgeous. Why don't they make all candles like this? They really, really should. So, why not, for the heck of it? Oh, Robbie, you know the chat loves you. Look at that, too. We've got a salamanders on the go as well. Salamanders are yellow, right? Yay. There we go. Would that make orange? Woo! Double flame. Oh my God, with another colour. I'm scaring myself now. Woo! Look at that! Blimey, wowie zowie. How lovely. Okay, I scared myself a bit there. Salamanders wear green armour. Who's yellow then? For God's sake. I know, Wolverine. Right. Okay. Oh, yay! Well, as you all know, Will is our chat scientist. Will, fun light fact. All light is just electrons or other charged particles slowing down. The extra momentum is released as light. I love that. Why did nobody ever explain that to me so beautifully before? Oh my God. Heartless, Neil, Philip, Imperial Fists are yellow. So good. So good. Okay. So I was very lax. I haven't got our facts of the day together yet. So here are some facts about the colour yellow. Number 1, taxis and school buses are yellow because the colour is highly visible. Something to do with those light particles, electrons and photons, Will. Yellow is considered a lucky colour in China. The word yellow comes from the Old English word for yellow, giolu. Giolu. Yellowtail is a specific fish series that has a yellow tail or body. Lovely. So Neil's just got an ad for Neil's just got an ad for a lady shave. Things are going as planned. Wonderful stuff. Sorry about the ads. We try and keep them low, 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 low. Camo colours and salamanders, of course they would be green. As a Canadian, it's hard not to freak out a little about the political climate in the US. We're all freaking out about everything, Heartless, in this chat. Mira, you make me smile just by being you. I needed it. Tonight's been rough. Yeah, isn't it really freaking rough? And it doesn't help when half the world is kicking off. Dom, I thought light was photons. Grend says salamanders, raven guard and white scars are the best. What does that say about Grend if Grend is into salamanders, raven guard and white scars? Let me tell you. Well, let me tell you what that means about you, Grend. Let's have a little look. Okay, white scars. Grend is speedy and a blacksmith and stealthy. So you could be, I don't know, a rogue, I guess. Good to know. Good to know. Okie dokie. And let's have a celebrity birthday as well. Whose celebrity birthday is it? Normally I've prepared all this, as you know, but I've been working a bit this weekend as well. My manager, Matt, who's amazing, is looking at my work tomorrow. And yeah, I really want him to be proud of me, but so nervous. Today's famous birthdays include Kevin Smith of Clark's films and Martin Sheen and Evangeline Lilly. There you go. Martha Stewart turns 83. Fun fact, her middle name is Helen. So there you go. We've got our celebrity birthdays and we've got celebrity birthdays and our fun facts out of the way. Shall we end this quest that we have been on for so long? We're in one of those situations where the chat's just too interesting tonight and I want to look at the chat. There's too much going on. Okay. Once again, my phone is not letting me look at my own videos, which is so unsupportive, phone. Come on. Come on. Here we go. We've got 22 people watching. Welcome, everybody. Thank you again so much, Robbie and Neil, for giving out some of those memberships. Thank you again so much, Robbie and Neil, for giving out some of those. I'm working. How can I see the chat? Okay. I'm working. How can I see the chat? There we go. We've got the chat. Lovely. Okay. So. Right. Ninny's telling Stuart to hang in there. We're all telling you to hang in, but Stuart's really tired. Stuart, I hope you've got a pillow or cuddly cat or something. Will says photons are just one model of light. Oh my god. We'll have to get you on here for a 3-minute lecture one day. Alpha Legion, Iron Warriors and Thousand Suns are the best. So Alpha Legion are secretive. 1,000 Suns are magic wizards. And what are Iron Warriors? Siege breakers. I'll learn all these one day. It means they love the legions that don't get enough love, says Robbie. Will says, light can be particles, photons or waves. What you use depends on what you need to explore. I love this so much. Neil says, I know what you mean. It's been a rough week, all told. Hugs to you as well, Neil. Modelled as particles, corrects Will. Thank you, Will. Gren, Thousand Suns and Alpha Legion are my fave fallen legion. Paul Magnus. Tony, let's do a Mr. Pugh and look on disapprovingly at the word but hope for the best. I love that, Tony. Let's all pretend to be fire extinguishers. Neil Adams, my copy of You Are the Hero arrived yesterday. Excited to give it a full read through. So this is the fantasy thingamabob, isn't it? Let me get that up. Where is that? Let me get that up on my old screen. You are the hero. Yeah, I was very disappointed. Really unhappy that I can't come to the what is it? Warhammer Fighting Fantasy Convention. So this is the You Are the Hero 40th Anniversary Edition book that the Kickstarter looked amazing. And it's interactive history. Look at how much they got pledged. 52,000 smackaroonies. 40 years ago, the very first fighting fantasy game book was published by our darlings Ian and Steve. Wow. So it looks great. The history of fighting fantasy game books. So yeah, gutted. I have not got one of those books, and I am not around for the convention, the Fighting Fantasy Convention, which I believe is on September the 7th in London. Oh. I'm so excited for you, Neil. It's going to be a great book. Will, would it be right to say we can't actually see objects, just the particles bouncing off them? Oh my God, look at us. We're going all Neil Tyson deGrasse here, whatever his name is. Robbie, I love that we moan about not having a summer, and when we do have a summer, we all moan about it being too hot. Yeah, we do, but also the riots that happen in summer. Heartless is tired too, hoping all of you feel revitalised. Stuart says, I love Mira and this chat. Big hearts in 40k, love you all. Sorry for being mushy. What are 40k hearts like? Mostly smushed. Bring on the mush. Yes, we love mush on this channel. Well, shall we play some Snow Queen? She might cool us down emotionally and mentally. Let's go. So hopefully, don't know if you could all hear the boy racers. There's this guy every day who, you can't see the screen, can you? There's a guy every day who goes off on his motorbike, and I just really want to go and put a banana in the back of it like Axel Foley does in Beverly Hills Cop. Oh, Nick Grey Primer, welcome to the chat. Nick is telling us that there's a bank holiday tomorrow in Ireland. You are so lucky. What's that? I'm so jelly. What's your bank holiday for? I want one. I think we get one in August at the end of the month. Gosh. Annoying hoons in exactly, Sean. Okay, so let's get back. Wait a second. We already have that book. Did you see it try to make me double purchase? How dare you? Okay, this may be just the very end of the adventure. Just as you finish filling your backpack, you hear the sound of running feet coming down the tunnel towards the chamber. You stand up and draw your sword, wondering if you can survive much more hard combat. Two men suddenly appear at the door, a dwarf and an elf, but they do not look as though they are about to attack you. They are smiling broadly, and they both try to speak at once, the elf finally taking command. You have killed her, we're free! We will soon be able to take off our obedience collars. Now we wish to repay you, friend, by helping you escape. You cannot leave the caverns by the way you came, because the Snow Witch's followers are waiting for you, and the tunnels are alive with goblins. Our fellow elves and dwarves are battling against them now to give you time to flee. We must waste no more time. To your surprise, the elf walks straight towards the cavern wall opposite the door and appears to pass right through it. Another of the Snow Witch's illusions, comments the dwarf. An escape route she never got the chance to use. The trouble is, we've never used it either. The dwarf laughs to himself, ha 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 ha, and walks towards the wall, you following behind. Walking through the illusion, you find yourself in a narrow, torchlit tunnel, which you walk down in single file. It soon ends at a junction and you discuss which way to turn. So chat, please let us know which way we'll be turning. Heartless says, that's an amazing Morrissey song. Too bad he's the biggest bell end of all time. Is it okay to say bell end that too much? I think if you're having to think, should I say this word? Yeah, just take a swerve on it and put in another word like Wally. I want to call it St. Nick's Day, but I think that's taken, says Grey Primer. Robbie used to be a boy racer. Oh my God, Robbie, I'm shocked, shook, bothered. Have to tell us more about that. Tuone and Lintu, you're not late. You arrived exactly on time. Will says to Dom, yes, we only see the light bouncing off things, specifically the light that interacts with the chemical bonds in your retina. Did not expect to have my mind blown today. Heartless, I love this part, really glad I didn't miss it. Neil has the map ready, yay! Bearing in mind Neil just said, I have the map ready. Everyone in the chat said left. Sean's put a please on top of it. Everyone's saying left. Heartless says, hard to imagine Robbie is a boy racer. And Stuart says, definitely favour left. I noticed Neil has not said anything, but we have got a bookmark here. So let's turn left. Oh, Scotland's got a bank holiday as well tomorrow. Gosh darn it. So jelly. So jelly. Okay, as you walk along, the elf introduces himself. My name is Red Swift, and he is known as Stub, he says, pointing to the smiling dwarf. We met here as slaves in the service of the vile Snow Witch. We both now hope to return to our villages. I live in the Moonstone Hills, and Stub comes from Stonebridge. If we manage to escape from these infernal caverns, you are more than welcome to come and stay with us. Stonebridge isn't on the way to my village in the hills. It's also a long way off. Before Red Swift can continue, Stub shouts out and points to an orb lying on the floor. It's made of glass, and in the torchlight it seems to glow with swirling colours. Leave it, commands Redsmith. We do not need it, and it could be a trap. Ooh. If you wish to ignore Red Swift's advice and pick up the orb, please type orb in the chat. If you would rather keep on walking, please type walk into the chat. If you remember, says Neil, Stonebridge was in the Forest of Doom. I do, and I'm loving the tie-in. Robbie had a Civic Type R with an exhaust that woke the neighbours. Oh my god, and Robbie's a postman. Flipping heck, Robbie, you must have had no friends in the neighbourhood. I'm going to have a bit of the cookie that my colleague Johnny bought for me on Friday. A bit chewy, but still good. Chocolate. I'm just looking at all the answers. It looks like a sing-song, doesn't it? Walk on. Everyone is saying walk on apart from Robbie. Sean says, we've all become so much more polite since Mark joined the well inspectors. I know we have. It's amazing. Walk please, says Mark. Orb, says Caprice. Must know, and we can always reload. Dom, kick the orb at Red Swift. Grey Primer, maybe walking on is the trap and the orb will keep us safe. Orb. Well, let me count these votes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for orb, and 1, 2, 3, 4 for walking. Oh, crikey. Heartless. Dom is going to have a field day with Red Swift. I don't approve of elf or dwarf kicking. Robbie, no one needed an alarm clock. Change my car. When I changed my car, the lad at the end of the road complained because he was always late for work. God bless you, Robbie. You're a blessing wherever you end up, wherever you're driving. Let's face it. Okay, well, Orb, I think, has slightly won by 5-4. If Gary Pilkington was here, we all know it would have been a draw. I hope Gary's okay. We're going to pick up the orb. Oh, crikey. When you pick it up, the orb starts to get warmer and its colours change rapidly and swirl around. Red Swift and Stub back away, telling you to put it down. Will you keep a hold of the orb? If so, please type orb into the chat. Will you place it gently on the floor? If so, please type floor. Or would you like to throw it down the tunnel? If so, please type throw. Heartless already was in there. Throw. Don't tell me the options. I just want to chuck it. Hello, Aztec Jaguar. I'm getting a lot of wannabe throwers. Philip wants to place it. Robbie wants to orb on orbing. Neil and Robbie say hold. Tunnel, hand over ears, dive. Tony's gone back to his combat days. Hello, Sparkle Rainbow. Sparkle Rainbow says floor. Heartless. Seems like the sort of thing one ought to chuck away as soon as possible. Neil says Hodorb. Hodorb. Sean Dooley. Hold, please. Liam, throw. Caprice, hold. Maybe it'll teleport us somewhere. Okay, let me count the votes. There are 32 of us. So for throw, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to throw. To hold on to it, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think throwing it as 1, but let's put a bookmark here because 100% we may need to come back. Okay, so we're going to yeet it. Oof, mamma mia, you hurl the orb as hard as you can down the tunnel. It shatters when it hits the ground and there is a blinding flash of light, followed by a ball of white heat which rushes up the tunnel. Oh God, the heat is so intense. The heat is so intense that a scorching blast reaches you before you can move. Roll 2 dice, the total will be deducted from your stamina score. Phew. The impact of the blast causes you to lose 2 stamina. If you are still alive, turn to 248. Crikey. Lucky I can cheat those dice rolls, innit? You regain consciousness to find Red Swift and Stub attending to your burns. I don't like to say I told you so, Red Swift says sarcastically. You try to walk, but the pain is too severe. We'll have to rest here, says Stub, looking concerned. But it won't be long before the Snow Witch's goblins find us. There is nothing you can do but lie down again. Test your luck. We rolled a 4. You are lucky. You needed a luck score of 13 or below and rolled a luck score of 5. Excellent. We are lucky. Time passes slowly, but no goblins appear. The Revel slaves must be winning the Battle of the Caverns. Eventually, you feel fit enough to walk, and with the help of Stub, you manage to hobble down the tunnel. That Time Passes reminds me of The Hobbit, the text adventure game where you'd say sit or wait, and it would say time passes ... Shout out to The Hobbit, the text adventure game of the 80s. Robbie, but it's an orb of mystery. How can we leave without discovering what it is? We have just discovered, Robbie, together in an explosion. Heartless, has anyone here read this book before? Neil, many times, but not recently. Nicely done, says Robbie, regarding my cheating on the old damage roll there. Sean says, wow, nuclear orb. Heartless says, me too. I'm eager to see what happens next. Aleph, hello, something burning. Hello, Aleph. Gary, grey primer. Who leaves something that incendiary lying around? The Snow Witch, obviously. She's a baddie, that's what they do, Grey. Dom says, condescending, typical elf. Tony says, get to the chopper. Heartless Nilly, Snow Witches are notorious for leaving exploding orbs everywhere. Neil Adams, BBC Micro or Acorn Electron. ZX Spectrum, thank you. Turn to 166. After walking for another 5 minutes, the tunnel turns sharply right and right again a few meters on. You soon arrive at a junction, and after a discussion, you decide to turn left rather than continue straight on. That's interesting, so we don't get a choice here. Ooh. Placed against the left-hand wall of the tunnel, you see a large iron casket with a brass handle in the shape of a serpent. Anyone who reads the heresy knows snakes are a bad omen. No one volunteers to open the casket, so you decide to draw lots. Okay, we'll do a little bookie wookie mark. Let's just see what happens. We rolled a 4. Oh no! Stub draws the short straw and reaches for the handle, cursing his luck. As soon as he touches it, it comes alive. An asp curls itself around his hand, and before he can shake it off, it sinks its poisonous fangs into his wrist. No! Poor Stub. He falls onto his knees, clutching his wrist with his other hand. Red Swift quickly draws off the poison with his knife. Luckily, the dwarf has a strong constitution and he soon recovers enough strength to continue. Phew-wee, mamma mia. Ooh, look what happens while we're being attacked by an asp. Oh, Will! Oh my god, Will, I taught myself to read to play King's Quest. I didn't think I could love you more, Will, but I love that. We'll talk about how that happened sometime. Love me some old text adventures. Me too. Joe Russell, thank you for maintaining your Space Marine membership. Good to see you're doing well and great to see you. Thank you, Joe. We are hanging on in there. Neil, I think we had a micro at school. Remember playing Granny's Garden, an early text adventure? I never got to play Granny's Garden, but my friends in another school did. Robbie, nice one, Joe. Yay, thank you. Neil, a Dreadnought member for 10 months. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for keeping your memberships up, everybody. I was a little bit depressed because YouTube keeps showing me stats and it's like, oh, your memberships have gone down. So this is like lovely. It's all good. All in good time. Capri says 4. Heartless Ninny, good thing Cleopatra wasn't around with that asp. Dom Elfkicker is going to have a sea breeze. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Joe's just gifted 10 Mirror Manga memberships. Thank you. Julian Falk, Mike Godwin, Ken Klein, Tom N, Mikey Brookie, Jean Higgins, Grim Dorkness. These are some great names. Alucard Draculia, Red 2 Productions. Congratulations, Jim Vessel. Wow, Joe, thank you so much. Joe has just gifted 10 Mirror Manga Space Marine memberships. Welcome to our humble tavern where we light candles, talk about Warhammer, interview Warhammer people, and play fighting fantasy. Thank you so much. Amazing. Oh, fantastic. Wowie zowie. Thank you so much. Let me just mash some of these emoji buttons. Thank you. That is so lovely. Appreciation to Joe Russell. Tony says, stub by name, stub by drawn lots. Robbie says, time to kick a dwarf while he's down, Dom. Robbie, don't encourage the dwarf cooking. Sean loved Granny's Garden, so everyone's played Granny's Garden except me. Capri says, geez all. Yay! And then Robbie and Heartless and Neil giving Joe lots of love. Yay! Thank you so much, Joe. Joe says, I work a lot. Better this than another kit I won't get to. Absolutely. Phil, why don't you put Wowie Zowie on a t-shirt? I should. I think I'd be the only person to wear a Wowie Zowie t-shirt. I don't hear anyone else saying it, and I think it came from you lot. I don't know how we invoked Wowie Zowie. What does Wowie Zowie look like if you see it written down? Robbie says, remember members, you now have access to the special unicorn member icon, so please go ahead and smack that unicorn up in the chat if you ever wish to. Capri says, Jeezy equals grats. Thank you for letting me know. Heartless Ninny, I've never heard of Granny's Garden, but I loved the old Sierra games quite a bit back in the day. Maybe I'll do an actual play King's Quest one day. Aztec says 10 more Space Marines, an entire tactical squad recruited by Joe. Absolutely. And I wonder if Joe recruited us as salamanders. Dom says Wowie Zowie is an album by Pavement. Ooh, Ben says it's my favourite Pavement album. Didn't Shaggy from Scooby-Doo used to say Zowie? Yes, Neil, that's so funny. I always say I am Scrappy-Doo to Ian's Scooby-Doo. Mira, if you stream a text or Sierra game, I definitely try to catch it. Okay, I'm going to look at that. We're going to do that. Maybe we'll start with The Hobbit. Or I love King's Quest so much. The last King's Quest made me weep, though. Okay. So, let's get back into our adventure. Oh, that was such a nice little preamble off there. Okay, let's continue this cursed journey. Oh no, not a fight! The tunnel soon ends at a T-junction. Stepping into the cross passage, you almost bump into a primitive-looking man wearing furs and carrying a large stone club. He is a caveman. You draw your sword and tell Red Swift and Stub to head quickly down the right-hand tunnel while you deal with the caveman. We're so brave. I'm guessing after Throm, we never want to leave anyone to die again, and Mungo. So I think we're going to fight. You may escape after 2 attack rounds by running along the tunnel to catch up. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can beat them by cheating. So, the caveman has 8 stamina and 8 skill. Oh, sugar. This should be easy. Famous last words. Yes. Cleft in twain! 21 to 15. Nice. 4 stamina for the cavemen. Very good. 21 to us, 18 to them. And this could be the killing blow. Yes, double 6. Ready for the music? Woo! Excellent. PC says, what's our stamina? Let's have a look. We are Death Trap Dave, which we haven't renamed ourselves from the last 2 books. We currently have 19 stamina, 11 skill, and 12 of 13 luck. We have 7 provisions, a sword, a warhammer, a gold ring, a copper ring, a backpack, 300 gold, a rune stick, 2 iron balls, 4 dragon eggs, leather armour, and a garlic in our bag. We know the gold ring is cold resist. We have a genie that can make us invisible. We're hunting a yeti. The snow witch is dead. Woohoo! The copper ring allows us to summon a warrior once only. Beware the white rat. There we go. So we're not doing too badly, she said. Famous last words. Have you not every single book we've played in, I feel like we've had to beat a caveman? Is that like a trope? Interesting. Tony is suddenly hungry after pizza ad. I want pizza too. I did have chips tonight though, so that was okay. Seems like some of us are feeling a bit better. I hope so. I'm feeling a lot better already, Heartless. Caprice, we're very proud of beating that dungeon. Grey Primer, poor wee dude just hanging out in the cave protecting his pebble collection. Heartless Ninny, next time our name should be Death Trap Diane. We'll have to see what adventure we play next and theme our name after that adventure, I reckon. A pouch on the caveman's belt contains a star-shaped metal disc which you decide to put in your backpack. Not wishing to meet any more cavemen, you run along the tunnel to catch up with Red Swift and Stub. Ooh, it's a brain slayer! Oh no! And they've got a hold of Red Swift and Stub already. This vile, tentacled beastie. What a great illustration. Man, that's hitting it hard. The tunnel ends at a door which swings open before you even touch it. You look into a cavern and are surprised to see Red Swift and Stub kneeling in submission to a horrible robed creature with an octopus-like head. Two of its tentacles are wrapped around your friend's head and they are trapped by the hypnotic powers of the Brain Slayer. Flippin' heck. We are not wearing an Amulet of Courage, so let's see what happens. The Brain Flayer's disgusting tentacles flail frantically as it concentrates its mental power in an effort to draw you towards it. Unable to resist, you watch helplessly as it wraps one of its tentacles around your head. You feel weak and soon black out as the Brain Slayer begins to feed on your brain power. You lose 2 skill points and 6 stamina points. Flippin' heck. Blimey. You wake. Thank goodness we wake. To find Red Swift and Stub lying unconscious on the floor. There is no sign of the Brain Slayer because he's had his meal, he's off. You groan as you try to sit up. The pain in your head is almost unbearable. Your 2 companions eventually come around. They are obviously suffering too. They explain that the Brain Slayer drew them into the cavern and they were powerless to resist. Same guys, same. We examine the chamber and see another door opposite in the far wall. There are also 2 clay pots in a recess in the wall, one red and one grey. Will we open the door? If so, please type door into the chat. Will we look inside the red pot? I don't know why excuse me while I choke. Let me have some tea. Help me, Mr. Pugh. Whew. It's so hot. Very random coughing. Please don't let me have summer COVID. Okay, so we're going to type door or red or grey into the chat. Thank you. Mr. Pugh has saved me. We're all good. Neil says provisions and bookmark. Neil says both to the pots. So we're going to place a bookmark. I'm going to eat some provisions. Okay, we're all topped up. So that we've prepared ourselves physically. 6 stamina points, says Sean. Mark, I'm terrified of octopus. You're on your own with this one. Heartless says red. Neil says both. Tony says Red Swift and Stub. That's a cop buddy movie duo. Grey Primer, Grey Pot. I have to stay brand consistent. Dom, better red than dead, as they say. Joe says red. Robbie, provision bookmark, red pot. Capri says grey. Will says red. Philip Collins says grey knights, please. Tony says door. And Sean Julie says red. It looks like red is ahead. So let's look inside that red pot. Lying at the bottom of the red pot is a square metal disc which you decide to put in your backpack. If you now wish to look inside the grey pot, turn to 344. I think there was a lot of keenness to look in that pot, so let's do it. Lying at the bottom of the grey pot is an old parchment scroll with an unbroken wax seal. Ooh, Cool. So please write in the chat whether you'd like to read the scroll by just putting read in there, or leave. No, read or door, or leave, or whatever, you know. I'm going to have a bit more cookie. God bless it, Johnny. Read, read, read. 5 read, 1 leave. Read or die, says Caprice. Tony says, read please. Liam says, read. I've got a full screen of reading. Let's do it. Oh my god. As soon as you begin to read the scroll, the writing starts to fade. Roll 2 dice. 5. We definitely passed the skill check. Before the writing fades away, you learn a spell which will protect you against an attack by an air elemental. You gain 1 luck point. You memorize the words Gul Sang Abidar and then decide what to do next. Well, we've looked in both the pots, so let's leave the cavern. Dom says curiosity kills the cat, but we're not cats. The door opens into yet another tunnel, and you begin to wonder whether you will ever find your way out of the caverns of the Snow Witch. You look at Red Swift and Stub, but they do not appear to be very concerned. The tunnel soon ends at another door, and you notice a dagger sticking out of its oak panel. If you wish to pull the dagger out of the door, please type dagger in the chat, and if you just want to open it, please type open into the chat. Thanks, everyone. Chocolate. 2 for dagger, 1 for door. 2, 2. 4 dagger, 2 door. 5 for dagger, 6 for dagger. Capri says mysterious dagger sticking indoors. Take it. Free weapon, says Twonan. Liam says dagger. So is a Sean. Neil says knifey knifey. Triggered. That's Cardassian Ghoul. I do not know. Ghoul Sang Abidar should be the next character's name. Mark says dagger please. Heartless says, guess I was the only one who wasn't curious. Glad y'all didn't listen. Okay, let's get this dagger. Let me just bookmark. Just, you never know. You never know. Oh my god. When you pull the dagger from the door, it suddenly takes on a will of its own. Involuntarily, you start to stab at your own leg. With the wild dagger in your hand, you lose 2 stamina points. Good gosh. Red Swift and Stub run to your aid and try to force your hand to stab the door in order to trap the dagger. Oh my goodness, this should be a movie. This is great. We are lucky. We rolled a 3. Straining with all their might, your friends manage to force your hand against the door. The tip of the dagger sinks into the wood and you're able to release the handle. Sorry for the clap. I got a fruit fly in my face. Feeling quite relieved, you open the door. Got him. Just call me Mir Miyagi. See, didn't the free orbs teach us anything? Amazing, Grey Primer. Yep. In other words, you told us so. Sean, we were bound to lose knifey knifey one of these days. We had a good run. We had a good run, Sean. Good thing our buddies were there, says Heartless. Absolutely. Oh, feeling quite relieved, we open the door. Oh my goodness! The door opens into another tunnel which leads off into the distance. Stub begins to complain about being tired and hungry, so you sit down to rest. Your hunger and fatigue are so great you lose 2 stamina points. There's no need to do that. We've got provisions. We could share them. I'm going to use some just to spite the game. We're still alive, thank you. After resting for half an hour, you set off again and eventually the tunnel ends at a T-junction. So once again, the choice is in your hands, my friends. Do we go left or right? Let me know. Good thing our buddies were there. Heartless says, haha, Bruce Campbell is the man. Dom Elf Kicker, I can imagine Bruce Campbell in this scene. Are we talking about Bruce from Iron Maiden? Run to the hills, run for your life, etc. Gray says, I sense witchery. Red, Swift and Stubb need a theme tune. Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead. Who's in Iron Maiden then? Bruce Dickinson. Well, I could have chosen the other Brucey. Nice to see you nice. What other Bruces do we know? Okay, let's count up our left and right. Oh, the shame pew. Come and sit with me in my Bruce Campbell versus Bruce Dickinson shame. Oh my god! Joe Russell gifted 10 Mirror Manga memberships. Ken Bruce, how about Bruce Springsteen? Born in the USA. Tommy B, double digit, Mr. Bushi, Hobby Bobbly, what a great name. Craig, Matt Eckert, Dunra, Meryl Streep, Colonel Billington, Sean Wiles, welcome to the chat. Thank you so much, Joe. You're spoiling us. You are spoiling us. Hello, everybody. We are a Bruce Dickinson fan channel. We're not. We're very silly. Thank you so much. Everybody, welcome to Space Marine membership. We've got a whole nother unit. Let's say that we're all going to be Blood Angels. Thank you so much, Joe. That's incredibly generous and lovely. Welcome, everybody. Please make use of your unicorn emojis. Bruce Willis says Neil Adams. Dom, newsflash, there's more than one person called Bruce. Mark, Bruce Trigger is a famous Egyptologist. Thank you, Mark. Ben Hall, knife to see you knife. Except it was a dagger. Sean says, wowie zowie, Joe. Thank you so much. Heartless says, Dom, you say that, but have we seen any of them in the same place at the same time? Oh, Gray says, for the angel. Joe Russell, how did I not get grey primer? We will be green. I know, it's so funny. It's so funny how it picks up the names, because we do get reoccurring people, for example, Heartless, Mark Hayward, you know, grey primer. They're like friends of the channel. And sometimes when you do the memberships, it just doesn't pick up on certain people. It's terribly unfair. Oh, I know Gary Pilkington can't ever go green because of some YouTube settings, so there is also that. They need to have an option accepted, says Philip. So that could be why. It could be a privacy setting. But thank you so much, everybody. So going back to our left or right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 say left. And I think only 4 said right, so we're going to go left. Okay, I've just given myself a headache by laughing too much and to pull my pony out. Sean says, I'm a typical Aussie. My uncle's name Bruce. Oh, okay, Sean. Good to know. Sorry about the accent. Those new Blood Angels miniatures are pretty amazing, huh? Well, maybe not the axe guy. Mark says, I don't mind. It is nice to spread the love around a bit. I love that. Yes, it is. Yay, thank you so much. Dom Elfkicker says, Seabreeze was nice. A beer to cleanse the palate and then I'll have a Cuba Libre. Dom, are you drinking to forget? Please switch out that beer for a pint of water. Don't do it. You all know I'm teetotal because I used to be like Dom. Take care, Dom. Take good care of yourself. Lots and lots of hydration, especially in this heat. Neil Adams is definitely shopping for that new Blood Angels box and he's playing Blood Angels at a tournament soon. Robbie says, if you have ad blockers as well, it blocks gifts. I didn't know that. Oh, that's oh yes, that's what Gary said. Yeah. Tony says, Bruce Stubbs Willis. I have a dagger now. I have a dagger now. Heartless Ninny, remember that Monty Python sketch Bruce's? No, but let's react to that. Grey Primer says, I'm already planning another Blood Angels diorama with the new minis. Yes, Grey. Woohoo! I'm just calling you Grey so everyone gets used to you and goes to follow your YouTube channel and looks at your amazing minis. Okay, we are going left. The tunnel soon comes to a dead end. An ornate shield hangs from an iron nail on the end wall. If you would like to take the shield, please type shield in the chat. If you would rather turn around and walk down the tunnel, please type walk. So it's shield or walk. Oof. Yes, the last time Neil played a tournament, he wore a Miramanga t-shirt, which was very amazing of him. Don't blame me, the warp made me do it. Is Sanguinius going to be reborn? I'm a bit out of the loop. What do you mean? Does Sanguinius die? Oh my god. Sean, I don't know. You saw like you saw Show Me the Minis with Grey, didn't you? Very, very good. Okay, surely this shield isn't cursed, says Heartless. Neil, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people say shield, with just Philip saying walk, and Tony's used the little shield emoji. That's very cute. I haven't seen that one before. Let's get their shield. Shall we bookmark, just in case? I'm so suspicious now. We've been through a lot. As soon as you touch the shield, a howling wind starts to blow down the tunnel towards you, almost knocking the three of you off your feet. Then you see a whirlwind coming down the tunnel, gathering up all the rocks and stones in its path. This is brutal. If the words Gulsang Abidar mean anything to you, say them! We invoke the words! Taking the shield has unleashed the fury of an air elemental. Fortunately, you remember the words on the scroll and utter them as the elemental draws near. It disappears as quickly as it appeared, and all is calm again. You sling the shield onto your arm, gaining 1 skill point, and walk together back down the tunnel and past the last junction. Okay. Let's just catch up with the chat. Ben said shield. You can't stab yourself with a shield. And Gren said let's be their shield. Aleph said shield as well. Philip, yeah, but that nail looks nasty. Great. Too soon, Mira, too soon. Horace is mean. No spoilers for the heresy. Heartless, Sanguinius being dead has been the keystone of the law for decades. Maybe it has, Heartless. Don't bring that to my channel. We don't need to talk about that. Thank you, Will. Will is taking out any heresy spoilers. God bless you, Will. Scientist. Thank you. I know. Do you know what? I know it's a losing battle, but I still like to try. And I love you all for helping me try. Gulsang Abidar, was that a Eurovision hit? Yeah, it went Gulsang Abidar, Gulsang Abidar. It's all good, Robbie. Don't you worry. I definitely wouldn't call that a spoiler. I know both. Robbie and Heartless, you're completely within your means. That's a very normal, logical decision to come to. Unfortunately, I am that one, aren't I? I just pretend I don't know. I know it's so hard not to be spoiled 20 years on. Maybe even 30 years on, but I do try. But I love you. It's all good. We're all good in the hood. And God bless our lovely mod, Will. Thank you so much. Will actually came on quite a scary time when I had that really horrible troll like chasing me all over the place, so it's quite nice when he gets to just take out a few 30-year-old spoilers. Thank you very much for your service, Will. It's all right. I didn't know, but now I do, but I'm going to pretend I don't. I'm going to try and swash it from my memory. It's like the time someone came in the chat and I was in the middle of Legion and they spoiled a Magon for me and I threw a huge bratty tantrum and everyone was like, but it's been known for 30 years, Mira. Anywho, we're all good. If you understand, thank you so much for your understanding. I know I'm a bit extra. The tunnel ends at another door and an old piece of parchment is pinned on it. There is faded writing on the parchment, but you do not understand the language. Knowing the elves speak many languages, you ask Redswift to try and read it. As he reads, his eyes widen with terror. You ask him what's wrong, but he refuses to reply. He rips the parchment off the door and tears it into tiny pieces. He turns to the door handle and says, "Let's get going, there is no time to lose." You and Stubb look at each other and shrug your shoulders, deciding simply to obey the troubled Redswift. The door opens into another tunnel. After walking down it for a few meters, you come to a place where water is dripping down continuously from stalactites overhead. We do have a shield, so we will go to 230. The water looks harmless enough, but you do not wish to get cold and wet. You place the shield over your head and walk under the gentle waterfall. You throw the shield back for your companions to use, and you are soon on your way again. Okay, that's good. I feel like we're coming to endgame, people. I feel like we're coming to endgame. The tunnel runs straight on until it opens out into a cavern. The walls are covered with ice and a large glass globe stands on an ice plinth in the centre. Suddenly, an orc runs into the cavern from the tunnel opposite and the globe immediately starts to radiate light. The outline of a face takes shape in the globe, one which you recognise. The Snow Witch, her encased head starts to laugh. And then, in a chilling voice, she says, "Although you killed me, you have not defeated me. My spirit can still defeat you. Watch carefully." Oh my god! The orc who is standing by the globe grips the metal collar around his neck and cries out, gasping for breath. His face bulges as he desperately tries to stop the collar tightening. His efforts are futile and he soon falls silently to the floor. This is very bad, guys. This is very bad. The Snow Witch's image sneers contemptuously and says, "I have no use for servants any longer, and I know that 2 of you are still wearing my obedience collars. I will enjoy watching you die next as a forerunner to the agony I have in store for your impudent warrior friend." You refuse to watch Red Swift and Stub die helplessly, and you rack your brain to think of a way to overcome the spirit of the Snow Witch. Will we try and smash the globe with our sword, or try and run through the cavern? I'm going to bookmark, so is it smash or run? Please let me know in the chat, and I'm placing a bookmark for the sake of all that's holy. Robbie says, "I feel that we've got into a lot more trouble since we started following the dwarf and the elf." Neil says, "Heartless, don't worry about it." I agree, don't worry about it, Heartless. Heartless says, "What are you talking about, Robbie? These guys are great." Neil says, "This orc dying is the cover art. That's so macabre. Gotta love it." Sean says, "No, not the orc." Tony says, "I feel we are Red Swift and Stubbs' friend that is one day from retirement." Dom, "Sacrifice the red shirts." Dom, how could you? Smash! Hulk smash, run. Smash, please. Smash, it's clobbering time. Smash and grab. Sword. Grend, we haven't got a sling anymore. So we can't do the sling throw. Great, I bet it won't explode in a fireball like the other orb. Let's try and smash it. Jeez. Just before your sword hits the globe, a bolt of white light shoots out, trapping your blade. A searing pain rushes up your arm, and the image of the Snow Witch laughs at your unsuccessful attempt to defeat her. You are unable to release your grip on the handle and drop to your knees as the intensity of the charge increases. You black out and do not wake again. Bloody hell. Okay, let's try the other option. Run through the cavern. Run through the cavern. As you run past the globe, a bolt of white light shoots out from it, hitting you in the back. Our stamina exceeds 10. The energy bolt which hits you gives your system a terrible shock. You are knocked to the ground by its force. You lose 1 skill point and 4 stamina points. Still suffering from the effects of the energy bolt, you have to decide what to do next. Quickly, what to do next. I think we should keep running because we know what happens if we smash it. No! Oh, look at the little faces! So harsh. As you try to stand up, the Snow Witch concentrates her powers on Red Swift and Stub. Their metal collars tighten and they both clutch their throats as if gasping for breath. You struggle to your feet, yelling insults at the Snow Witch, mocking her cowardly way of dealing with her defenseless slaves. You challenge her to a combat of whatever type she wishes. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Is this about to go Throm? Oh Lord. This is gonna go Throm. Oh, it's okay. Is it okay? Even though I've beaten you, I enjoy games. I will play. She releases her stranglehold on Red Swift and Stub and falls silent, obviously devising some fiendish contest. Suddenly you hear the sound of shuffling footsteps coming from the tunnel opposite. An elf and a dwarf enter the cabin. They look almost identical to Red Swift and Stub, except that their vacant looks and putrid flesh indicate that they are both zombies. Oh my god. The Snow Witch tells you to fight them while she invents a game for you to play. What? Okay, yeah, we'll just fight your minions so you can make a death trap for us. The zombies lumber forward and you are forced to fight the terrible replicas of your friends. God damn it. Go on then, we'll fight. Okay. We're just going to do this quickly. Oh my goodness, how did I not see that one? I'm getting confused now. Okay, one zombie down. Elf zombie now. Oof. We'll be okay. We'll just cheat. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness we've got loads of provisions left. Oh my goodness. He's much harder than I'm realising. Just need 2 more and he's dead. Hallelujah. Yay. Okay, let's eat some more provisions real quick. Okay, back up to full health. I thank you. What's going on in the old chat? Yes, we gave the sling away. Gray says these pre-recorded witch messages are mean. We've replenished our stamina. Whatever type she wishes. Hubris alert. Dang it, says Heartless. I dropped all my snacking carrots. Thought for the day, never eat expired hummus. Tony, he did not look elfy. Okay, let's continue. I'm just going to bookmark. I'm just in fear now. What's going to happen next, for goodness sake? The Snow Witch looks surprised and displeased by the defeat of her zombies. Suddenly she says, the game we're going to play is called Discs. You will not win, of course, but in the unlikely event that you do, I will give you the chance to escape. I hope you remember to bring along your discs. Without them, you lose. What a wally. She laughs sadistically at the thought of making up the rules on the spur of the moment. Nevertheless, you must play as directed. Okay. The Snow Witch quickly explains the rules of her game. She tells you to choose a disc and conceal it in your clenched fist. She will call out a shape. A square beats a circle. A circle beats a star. I need to write this down somewhere. And a star beats a square. If you win, you will be given a chance to escape. If you lose, you will die. If you both choose the same shape, you will play again. Well, we don't have a circle, so we can never beat the star. Your life depends on your next decision. Now you must make a choice. Of course, if you do not possess all 3 discs, your choice will be limited. 100% they're going to make her play the star disc. What do we think, chaps? Will we conceal the square disc or the star disc? Let me know. Does anybody know where the circular disc is? Bookmark, good idea, Phil. Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Neil, can we win this? I feel like we can't. Star. 1, 2, 3, 4 for square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for star. Let's do it. The Snow Witch stares at you for a long time before calling out circle. Dead. That is quick, isn't it? Let's try the square. Yay! The Snow Witch stares at you for a long time before calling out circle. You unfold your clenched fist, revealing the square metal disc. You have outwitted her and she realises the consequences. The globe starts to fill with white smoke and suddenly it shatters. The image of the Snow Witch disappears. Her shrill cry fills the cavern, but she is defeated. The three of you slap each other's hands in celebration. Woohoo! However, your joy is short-lived as you hear an ominous rumbling. The ground beneath your feet starts to tremble and huge cracks appear in the ice walls. The roof starts to cave in. Is this the chance to escape that the Snow Witch promised? Test our luck. You are lucky! Hurrah! By some miracle, you are not hit by the heavy chunks of falling ice. When they finally stop crashing around you, you are surprised to see the welcome sight of the blue sky above. The three of you waste no time clambering out of the ice cavern, and you find yourselves on the side of the mountain. It's not even snowing, and everything looks tranquil. As you climb down the mountain, you tell your friends about Big Jim's son and the circumstances that led you to enter the caverns of the Snow Witch. You realise that Big Jim would have presumed you were dead, and you decide it's not worth chasing after him to collect your reward for killing the Yeti. Without any further ado, you agree to accompany Red Swift and Stub to Stonebridge. The journey south is long and arduous, but your determination to leave Icewinger Mountains behind you spurs you on. 2 days after leaving the ice caverns, you reach the River Cock. 50 miles upriver lies Fang, the town where Baron Succumbit's notorious death trap dungeon awaits its challengers each year for the Trial of Champions. Talk about product placement, I love it. However, at this time of year, Fang is unlikely to be more interesting than any other river town. You decide against going there and walk downriver to find a bridge or a boatman. After walking for half an hour along the bank of the wide, dirty brown river, you see a man asleep aboard a raft moored to the bank. You shout to him and ask him to ferry you across. He tells you to go away, he's too tired to work today. If you would like to pay him 10 gold pieces, please type gold into the chat. If you would rather walk on, please type walk. Let me know what we should do. Okay. Well done us for making that choice. Heartless, hummus is a delicious snack, Robbie. Even if it pales compared to the stuff I ate in the Middle East. Tony, we did not find any other discs. And Gray says, the circle disc was probably down one of the right turns we didn't take. So, Gray says pay the man. Dom says, are we doing House of Hell next? If it's available in the online Steam shop. Hell yes, it's worth it. It's gold. Neil says, I hope we're doing House of Hell. It's one of my favourites. So difficult though. Joe, I've got to go soon. It's been fun. Best wishes to all. Let Grey Primer know I will get them one day. Thank you so much, Joe. Let me hammer up that heart for you. Hey, yeah, have a lovely evening. Caprice Gold, dare to be bold. Hi, Emily. Emily says walk. Neil says to Dom, the House of Hell book has great artwork too. Gold, walk, walk. Heartless says, I love House of Hell, I've never beaten it. Dom says, nice change of setting. Gold. Grey Primer says, Joe Russell, you rock. Ben, as someone with a daughter who likes to be waking up at 6 a.m. every day, I'd say leave him and walk. Heartless says gold. I'm going to count the votes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for gold. 8 for gold. And walk is 1, 2, 3. 3. So let's offer gold, but I will do a bookmark because I'm very fearful. The boatman jumps up and says, for 10 gold pieces, I'll ferry you all the way to Fang. Jump aboard. You pay the greedy boatman his money and he soon ferries you across the river. From the far bank, you set off south across the pagan plain for Stonebridge. You've not been walking for long when you see dust rising in the distance. Red Swift puts his ear to the ground and says, horses or centaurs, I can't tell which. If you wish to wait and see who or what is approaching, please type wait into the chat. If you would rather lie down in the scrub to hide, please type hide into the chat and let me know. Crikey. This is a longer ending than Lord of the Rings. I know, Philip. I'm like, let's keep going because we're so blatantly close to the end. But it just keeps going. Heartless and Robbie say hide. Neil reminds us that we took 300 gold. Philip says wait. Dom says hide. What have we got? Let's try and finish this. Hidey ho, says Liam. Gren says hide. Capri says wait, maybe a friendly centaur teaches us medicine. Mark says hide please. Okay, it's pretty much the hides are. Oh, Sean's coming with a wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hides to 8 hides to 1, 2, 3 waits. Again, a hide. Ooh, lying between the stunted bushes, you listen to the noise of the thundering hooves growing louder. Capri, centaurs. Bending back a branch, you see 4 centaurs gallop by, each armed with a bow and a quiver of arrows. You lie quite still until the sound of their hooves fade. When you are certain that they are out of sight, you stand up and continue your journey south. Who's this fella? Oh my goodness. Marching quickly across the plain, you do not encounter any evil creatures. To the east, you see the forbidding shape of Firetop Mountain reaching into the sky. Does the warlock still rule the depths of Firetop Mountain? Stubb asked inquisitively. You're just about to reply when you see somebody walking towards you. You draw your sword, but when the person gets closer, you see that it's a little old man carrying a sack over his shoulder. He stops in front of you and says, "Put that sword away. There's no point in killing me. The only thing that I have to offer is information, and that costs money. Pay me 2 gold pieces and you won't regret it." Okay, so please type pay or south into the chat. Jen, this is like my writing. Every time you think it's ending, it goes, one more thing. Grend, if it's centaurs, beware. They might try to sell you native shampoo. Tony, it's the Emperor. Heartless, this man seems legit. Emily, that's clearly Malcador. Surely Malcador wouldn't be seen without his cloak. Pay the man. Okay, everyone's saying pay. Let's pay, but let's also bookmark. After putting the coins carefully into a hidden pocket, the old man tells you to be careful of 2 things if you're travelling south to Stonebridge. Firstly, the nearest waterhole has been poisoned. Secondly, there are lots of hill trolls gathering to the north of Stonebridge. He bids you good luck and farewell and walks off. Stubb urges you to set off as quickly as possible, worried about the possible attack on Stonebridge by the hill trolls. Wow, scouring of the Shire, anybody? Well, you know what I think? I think that this means we should shut it down for the night, because I think just like normal adventuring, it's going to take us on a long journey all the way back to base camp, and we're all really tired, especially Stuart and myself. So I think let's leave that there. I'm going to quit the game, so a bit of peace and quiet. Shh. Oh, so quiet. Yay, this is a good place to pause, says Heartless. I agree. Malcador is an absolute unit. I mean, there's another spoiler, isn't there? Oh, awful. Inhuman. Are we sure this isn't Santa during the off-season? Rename this book Caverns of the Snow Witch and the Never-Ending Trail after. Always leave on a cliffhanger. Yeah, Tony. Well, you've got no choice with these fighting fantasy books. Neil says, check the app to see if House of Hell is available. Should we have a look? Let's do that. We'll get it spinning up. For the record, I wouldn't have commented on what may or may not have happened to Malcador. It's just horrible. Grant, please do not give any spoilers. And if you do, there'll be consequences. I need to pin something to the chat, I think, just to let new people know that we don't do spoilers. Okay, so these are our options. Blood Bones, the Forest of Doom, the Island of the Lizard King, and Death Trap Dungeon, and the Citadel of Chaos, and the City of Thieves we've already played, which is why they're all colourful. There's the Poor Orc, Gamebook 9 on the left, and these black and white ones. Oh yes, House of Hell is next. I'll do this purchase later, just in case all my payment details come up. But it looks like it. It looks like people are keen for House of Hell. So yeah, we'll continue going. Jen says, peace and quiet with us around. Well, it's this music. It's quite intrusive in our chat, isn't it? That's all. So, there we go. Back again. Oh, that was really lovely. Definitely a mood lifter. And I've decided I'm going to try and get up early and go into the office and do the best job I can. And hopefully my colleague will be happy with it. If not, I know that he's a really good manager and he'll give me loads of feedback. And yeah, we'll get there. House of Hell is Steve Jackson, I think. And has anyone played his Munchkin card game? Yes, I have played Munchkin. Very cute. Thank you, Gray. It was fun. That's the other Steve Jackson. Oh, the American one. Yes, there are two. What are the chances in the world of fantasy? Okay, my beloveds. I think I'm going to go and find some way to cool my flat down this eve. But I will speak to you all hopefully very soon. I'm going to look into Text Adventure. And if anyone has any videos that they would like me to react to, please let me know in YouTube comments or on the Discord. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you especially to our amazing funders this evening, our fan funding. Thank you so much, Neil and Robbie, for the gifted memberships. Thank you to Joe for 20 gifted memberships tonight. Thank you so much for returning members. Neil's a dreadnought again, and so is Robbie, and we appreciate those dreadnoughts. And thank you so much for just the lift in the week and helping with making the bad feels turn into good feels. I love you guys. I think we're doing very well. We're doing the best we can. It's going to be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. Thank you, Dr. Kermode. Good night, everybody. Good night, Neil. Great session. Thank you for the support. Good night to Owen and Lynn too. Good night, Heartless. Good night, Robbie. Take care of yourself, Mark. Good night, Philip. Good night, Caprice. Good night, Aztec. Good night, Ben. I hope you don't have a 6 a.m. wake up directly tomorrow. Good luck with that. She's having a line. Emily, glad you made it. Good night. Lovely to see you, Alex. Bye, Jen. Oh, Jen. I look forward to your message on Monday morning, Jen. Will, thank you so much for sciencing and moderating. I really appreciate you. This guy is the best. Oh, we got some euros. Is this the first time we've ever had euros? That's incredible. Woohoo! Thank you so much, Grey Primer. Let's celebrate their first super on the live stream. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Yes, absolutely. Hang in there, everybody. Take good care of yourselves and each other, and so much love to all of you for being in my life. Okay, good night, everyone. Take good care of yourselves.